Hey, hello again. welcome to my channel. If you're new to my channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. Hello, everyone. Members, Patreon, subs. All right, it's late. Yep, twice in one day. It's late. But I was listening to, by the way, guys, if you have Hulu and you get no commercials, trust me when I tell you, watch Nashville. It is such a good show. I don't know how you guys watched it once a week. I don't even think I could ever watch it once a week. I really don't. I've been there, Mark. But watching all 6 seasons, like 22 episodes a season in one shot, awesome. It's really good. I don't think I could ever watch a weekly show ever again. I mean, I do, but I watch it on Hulu and no commercials. Yeah. Between commercials and waiting a week, like A Million Little Things, love that show. I hate that I have to wait once a week. So, okay. Why am I live at midnight? Well, here was why I'm live. I went into Patreon. I asked them, has anybody read this 700-page document? Nobody has. So I said, it's not going to take that long. People think it's going to take hours upon hours. You don't need to read every single word. So I figure that instead of me going through it alone, might as well go through it together. Because, you know, one thing that is a plus for me, hey, Southern Gal, is that I understand motions and I understand how to read things. There's a lot of stuff we probably won't even need to read. Or a lot of stuff that's going to be kind of pointless. So I figure that let's go through it. Let's see how much we can get through in a few, 2 hours or so. Because honestly, I don't think that we're going to have to read. I mean, I know we don't have to read every single word. I know you do, Crystal. All right. So let me pull it up over here. All right. All right. Let's do it. By the way, all tips are appreciated during this. Don't think I will turn down any super chats, PayPals, or Cash Apps during this. I will not. There's a lot to go through. All right. All this stuff we saw already. This was all the stuff I went through yesterday. Prosecution office. This is Apple. We've already been through this. Most of these warrants we went through yesterday. So we can rule these out. AT&T. More AT&T. Forensic Lab. This came before me on February 10th. Seal redact papers. All right. Order sealing cert. I don't care about sealing. Order seal and redact. Amazon. We already went through that. See how fast we can go through this? This is the cop. We went through this yesterday. All right. This is where we talked about the knife. Been through that. Amazon, again, went through that. Went through that. More Amazon. What if for extension to return search warrant? Amazon didn't do it in time. Extend search warrant. Like none of this matters to us. Order sealing search warrant. Motion to seal search warrant. American Express. Hey, Wilhelmina. Went through this American Express. Redacted. Been through this yesterday. Been through this yesterday. All open and closed accounts, all records pertaining to the individuals and business entities identified in this email, which is the 4 of them. Video surveillance images pertaining to account transactions to include account opening, deposit withdrawals are included with this request. Supporting information can be provided to help identify surveillance video images for some of the transactions. From September 1st. Okay, do they think maybe he used one of their credit cards? Is the only thing I could think of. Why did they need all this for 4 dead people? Yes, don't forget to turn your clocks ahead tonight. Hey, Irish gal. I've never seen this in other court records, that they would need all this detailed information from American Express. Just saying. And I've seen a lot of court records. Hey, Donna, I've never seen them need that. Motion for extension of search warrant from American Express. So American Express didn't turn back on time. Apple. Apple again. A lot of blank spaces. I wish it said what page we were on. Oh, all right. We're at page 76 already. See how fast you can breeze through this? Commanded search it, but yeah, this is all Apple still. Another Apple, seal and redact. Another Apple. Order sealing search warrant. Okay, we know all this. Get me the good stuff, please. More Apple. This is search warrant for Apple. On the cop. Affidavit has been a trained and qualified cop. On November 21st, I obtained a search warrant for Apple. The warrant was served on November 21st. Same old shit. More Apple. Probably because Apple wasn't turning over jack squat. Apple. Yeah, they're demanding Apple to turn over. Oh, yes, you are, Carolyn. They're telling Apple. I bet Apple's not giving them anything. Exactly, Glory. Apple doesn't give anything. So I'm wondering if that's what all these search warrants to Apple are. Because Apple's like, nope, I'm not giving you guys shit. Sealed. More sealed. More Apple. Yep, they're not. That's exactly what it is. They're not giving anything. Interfere with enforcement proceedings, constitute an unwarranted invasion of personal privacy. Apple's not giving them shit, and they're pissed. State seeks its protection for a minimum of 90 days. More Apple. If I order, the police officer shall deliver to deliver. Once it really come up, blah, blah, blah. More Apple. This, by the way, return of search warrant just means that they were served, that Apple was served. That's all. It's nothing fancy. Welcome, Southern Gal, or welcome back, Southern Gal. I, Lawrence Mowry, do hereby state the following information is true, that I am employed by Moscow. Affidavit has been trained police officer. I obtained a search warrant for Apple. The warrant was served on November 21st. Yeah, that's all this is. Receipt and inventory of warrant, just what's in the warrant. The phone. I don't know what 1841 is. IMEI tells me it's a phone. All of this is blank, so it's either redacted or it was always blank. Search warrant. Oh, they're looking for the account from, thank you, Southern Gal. They're looking for the account. All these warrants are for the 4 of them. They're trying to get Apple. Apple won't give up this information. See, they want all the records for... They want all the records for all 4 of them. Apple's not going to give this shit up. That's why there's so many to Apple. It's not all for Brian. AT&T, sealing. Okay, same thing. I know Brian had, bye, Carolyn. I know Brian had AT&T service. I don't know if the others did, but I know Brian did. Another AT&T. Still minimum of 90 days. All right. More AT&T. Receipt of inventory just means that they got it back. Entrance was obtained by email. Okay. Order. Search warrant have been served according to law, and the return of warrant having been duly made as directed in the search warrant, and a written inventory of the property found and seized having been duly made and taken before the undersigned magistrate or judge and filed herein. Delivered, same stuff. It's further ordered said property or any part thereof may be delivered to any personal laboratory. Laboratory is for the purpose of concluding. It's all fancy wording. Nothing to write home about. All right. Search warrant for AT&T. This state showing probable cause, establishing grounds for issuing a search warrant or probable cause to believe property consists of certain evidence regarding the investigation into the crime of homicide. Okay. Idaho's on the AT&T account associated with the phone number between November 12th. So that must be Brian. Information should include user information. Yeah, that's from Brian. All customer subscriber information, including any listed emails, addresses, telephone numbers, social security numbers, dates of birth, name, addresses. All right. Device purchase. So basically, in this one, they just want to know everything about the cell phones. That's all. Yeah, they just want to know everything that the cell phone did, any cloud data AT&T might have. They don't have, this is impossible. Nobody has message content. So this is pointless. Number 9 can't be done. Voicemails, yes. SMS text, no. Please provide this information to Brett Payne on a formatted disk. Search warrant is issued for law enforcement purpose. Service provider AT&T is ordered to not disclose the existence of contents. Okay, that was signed on November 23rd. Another seal for AT&T. Warrant sealed. Motion to seal search. Another one for AT&T. Probably for all five. Maybe they all had AT&T. That's why there's so many. Search warrant had been served according to law. All right. So the warrant's been served. It was given back. Once any related criminal case has been concluded, including the expiration of time of appeal. All right. Not a biggie. It's further ordered that said property or any part thereof may be delivered to any personal laboratory. Laboratories, okay, we know all that. Okay, this just states they returned the search warrant. It was proof that it was given and that they received it. No biggie. Here's another one. Receipt and inventory of warrant. What's in the warrant? Proof that they gave it back to them. So for you, I know a lot of you guys must know, but I know some of you may not know what that means. What I'm trying to say, like what that means is that when you get served with a search warrant or any kind of warrant, any kind of court hearing, any kind of anytime you get served, once you get served, then the party that's doing the serving, they have to file another motion showing that you were served and that it was received, meaning that you accepted it, you signed it, something. So that every single step has to go on record. So that's what a lot of these returns are. It's just telling the courts that, yes, someone signed for it or they sent it back to us, something. Every single step has to be, given to the courts. This just talks about what they want from AT&T. Another seal and redact from Bank of America. This was held by a Zoom with Ann Taylor. Documents contain highly intimate facts or statements, publication of which would be highly objectionable to a reasonable person. All right, so in here, they're just asking to seal information from bank accounts, which is normal. I mean, not that it matters because they're dead, but search warrant from Bank of America. I think I would have to count them, but it looks like there's like maybe five warrants for each and every one of them with 5 returns, which would make sense because there's 5 of them if you include Brian. This just goes into that. This is the return, the receipt of inventory. Yeah, financial right. Yeah, I am right. Financial records for all 4 of them. I wonder what they're actually looking for, though. Like, why do they need all their bank records? Probable cause to believe that the property referred to and sought in or upon said premise. Stop! Believe that the property referred to, sought in, or upon related to the crime of homicide to include all records and documents, mean any tangible forms of expression. See, that really doesn't say why they want all this information, though. All from September 1st. Like, I wonder why they want all this stuff. Because the warrant should say why they want it, and they're really not. to extend the search warrant. They do. I've never seen this in other cases, though. Another extension. Bank of America probably didn't get back to them in time. Another seal and redact for Banner Bank. Okay, so Banner Bank must be Kohberger's bank, maybe. Like all of what I mean is like all of these records are showing that they want to see, like they're giving all the reasons to seal it, but they're not saying why they wanted it in the first place. I've never seen records like this. And I've read a lot of court records, and I've never seen all this of a victims. I'm assuming it's got to be connected somehow. All right, what's this? This is another warrant for Banner Bank. Another Banner Bank. Okay, these are for all four of them again. Another for Banner Bank. So there's going to be like 30 pages of this bank. Search warrant. Show probable cause established for issuing a search warrant. Probable cause to believe that the property referred to and sought in or upon these premises, there is probable cause to believe that the property referred to is sought in or upon these premises consists of information related to the crime of homicide. I don't see how, though. Brian wasn't stealing their money. So there's got to be a reason. I just don't get it. You might be right, just a girl. I mean, they didn't do this with Shanann Watts. Hey, Tony. Signature card. Like, unless the only way that I can see that they are interested in this is if they think Brian did it for money reasons, maybe. I don't know. Like if somehow this was connected via money, they did what? They did think it was about money? Oh, did they? Just a girl? All right, then I'm wrong. That was also 700 pages. I know, Stoned, and you're a big part of that. No, just a girl said it's pretty common. Another order, seal, and redact. Another order, seal, and redact. This is just like a repeat. Every single page is the same. This is returned. Receipt returned. There's an order, another bank, Black Bank, to the main sworn, a written inventory of the property found. Order. All right, so this is for all four of them. Same thing, another bank. It's going to be the same 30 pages that we just read. It's the exact same thing multiplied. Order to seal and redact. Motion to seal search, same thing. Blue Ridge Knives. Order. The above title, the court having hereto issued a search warrant, and the said search warrant having served according to law has been duly made and directed. Shall deliver cause to be delivered the property described in said inventory to the Moscow police or such other law enforcement agency as may be appropriate for the purpose of preserving said property. Once any related criminal case been concluded. All right. That's for the knife. Blue Ridge Knives. Return of search warrant. Forensic detective. Affidavit has been trained qualified. On December 12th, I obtained a search warrant. Warrant I served is December 13th. 3 days later, I received an email from Blue Ridge Knives, which contained the requested information. Inventory is paired for all items. All right. They got back pretty fast. 3 days. Oh, see, that was the knife. So the K-bar and the sheath came from Blue Ridge Knives. I think this was the knife they were referring to, maybe. Is it the same numbers? No, I actually think this is different numbers than what we saw yesterday. So I think this is what they were looking for. Yeah, I don't think they found the knife, guys. Blue Ridge Knives. Probable cause for grounded a search warrant. Probable cause to believe that the property referred to and sought in or upon said premise. Maybe they did find it. I don't know. List of records and documents related to the investigation. Known purchase and quantities of Blue Ridge Knives from K-Bar include on or about 3/8/2022, the purchase of 360 units. All right, that's got to be Amazon that bought it. Because Brian, I'm sure, didn't buy 360 units, and then 3 months later, 480 knives. This has to be Amazon's order, or a knife dealer. Well, Blue Ridge Knives would be a knife dealer. Sales information should include description of items purchased. Yeah, I could be wrong, guys, but I think this is Amazon's purchase. I don't think this was 360 units. Why would Brian need 900 knives? Doesn't make sense. Possession or control of Blue Ridge Knives related to the sales of the following items for the period January 1st to present. K-Bar KA fighting knife sheath. Known purchases and quantities of Blue Ridge Knives from K-Bar include. Yeah, this isn't Brian buying it, to clear that up. Virginia. Search for the property described to seize it if found and bring it promptly before the court. That's what I'm saying. That has to be Amazon or I would say a knife dealer, but they are a knife dealer, but maybe a different knife dealer. But I'm just saying that wasn't Brian's purchase. Search warrant is issued for law enforcement purpose. Blue Knives Inc. is ordered not to disclose the existence or contents of the search warrant from December 12th. Charter Communications. February 10th, on the court's motion to seal and redact, the hearing was held via Zoom. Court review. All right. Just so you know, we're almost 200 pages in. So we're a little less than a quarter through it, and now we're finally getting to some good stuff. Therefore, the court finds it necessary to seal. This is just about sealing. Include items. Motion to seal search warrant. All right, I don't care about all these search warrants. Maybe I spoke too soon. Order. Now therefore ordered. So property for use as evidence of further order of court jurisdiction. Once any related criminal case may, all right, same wording over and over. Bring it to the lab. Same wording. The receipt that they received it. Spectrum. All right, so this has to do with Spectrum cable modem from September 14th to November 14th. Discover Bank. Again, sealing that search warrant. Same wording. They basically just sent the same documents to multiple people. They sent it November 28th. They got it back on the 9th of December. Financial records for all of them. For young kids, they certainly have a lot of bank accounts. Financial records. This is going to be another 30 pages of financial records. Financial records. Okay, financial records for all of them. Honestly, I don't even think we're up to Brian yet. Discover. Extension. In order to Dropbox legal compliance. All right, so that'd be pictures. Documents contain highly intimate facts. We know all this. Tell me what's in it. Including the inventory of items seized. Still pursuant to Idaho. Same wording, blah, blah, blah. All right, order. Can be described. All right, that said nothing. Search warrant. They returned it. All right, we know you're a police officer. Dropbox. Phone pictures, I guess. Dropbox on a phone. Yeah, this all has to do with pictures on a phone. Because Dropbox doesn't do anything else but pictures, right? I think it's just pictures. Establish, maintain a communication channel. All device used. Communication, including addressing and transmission data. Any photographs, videos, documents. So, all right. So Blue Ridge only sells wholesale, not to the public. So yeah, they probably sold it to Amazon. That's what I'm guessing, that they sold it to Amazon. And that's why they were going after Amazon too. I think they found nothing. Just Samantha, I totally agree. But I wouldn't put money on it, honestly. Like, there are certain things I'm sure of. There's other things I'm not so sure of. I wouldn't put money that they didn't find the knife. And I'm a betting person, but that's not something I would bet on. I'm just not sure. Google said you can manually upload files, photos, and video. Well, that's what I meant. Not files, but yeah, you can do photos, videos. But I meant, like, you can't get someone's address or something from it, like a SIM card, like something like that. No, because the Amazon file specifically stated about the knife. That's why remember I said last night that maybe he sent the bloody knife back to Amazon after he cleaned it. Based upon the motion to seal warrant and related documents, the court does hereby confirm and order a search warrant, a sealed, okay. Another seal to eBay. Same wording. Order. Return of search warrant, same thing. Receipt of inventory. No property, or it's redacted. I have a question, though. If it's allegedly sealed, then why would they need to redact anything if it's sealed? If it's sealed, you can't do it anyway. You can't see it anyway. So what's the point? Search warrant, eBay. See, here it is again. They're looking for the knife on eBay too. So yeah, I've just changed to a betting man and into a betting woman. I don't think they found the knife. Because they list the knife in multiple places. So if I had to bet, I wouldn't bet big. I bet $20 that they didn't find the knife. And that other people just read it wrong. Paragon following user IDs. Quantity purchased. Okay. So what I'm taking from this, I could be wrong, but what I'm gathering from this, any single person that bought a knife in any state is what they're looking at. Who bought a knife and how many did they buy from that exact dealer or from that exact knife in the United States? I don't know where that is. There were 2 purchased from Arizona, 1 in Idaho, 1 in Pennsylvania, 1 in Washington, Ohio, another 1 in Ohio, Texas, New York. Because this says quantity purchased. I can't read the others. But this definitely, and this is user ID, which was redacted. So that's from eBay. So they want to know who purchased it. Okay, so this I totally understand. All they're doing is this had nothing to do with Brian. They're trying to figure out who bought it all over the United States. Electronically records. Like any single person that purchased one of those knives, they want records on. They want all the information on it. Rightfully so. I mean, honestly, that makes perfect sense. Now this is just seal and redacting. Seal and redact. Return a search warrant. All right, eBay returned it. Good for them. Repeat of the same stuff. Order. This is eBay, just the original order. Redacted. Yeah, can you imagine, though, if you bought a knife and all of a sudden you got cops knocking at your door? All right, eBay legal. eBay records. Turn it over. Idaho Credit Union, seal and redact. Credit Union, sealing and redacting. Return a search warrant. They returned it. Same old, same old. All right, so now we got another 50 pages of their financial from another bank. How did these kids have so many banks? Same credit union. They want their history. Nothing here. All right, Idaho Department of Labor. Return a search warrant. Okay, they returned it. 1128 for Idaho Department of Labor. They received information. More financial records for the 4 of them. All right. All right, shows for the 4 of them. They want credit card statements, blah, blah, blah. Another credit union, seal and redact. Inventory of peripheral items. All right, financial records, redacted. Search warrant for another credit union for all 4 of them. Order sealing search from the credit union. What's up? Yeah, another credit union. Why they shouldn't give it. By FedEx. These were all done. They were all given on the same day, too, on the 28th. Description of property, financial records.
Oh, it tastes like chocolate.
Is Buka? Yeah, he is. All right. More financial records. Financial records. I don't understand. These kids have so many banks. Oh, maybe they're credit cards. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's their credit cards.
Mom.
Wow.
Did you cook gluten-free pizza or did you just cook the regular pizza?
No, it's regular. I didn't buy gluten-free. This turkey, this salmon, there's a whole bunch of stuff.
Okay.
I spent $200. I'm sure you can find some.
All right, I'll keep looking.
Another bank. Another bank. More financial records for them. I bet they had to do this for every single credit card that they have. And it's all 4 of them. Wells Fargo. Wells Fargo. Yep. More for them. Guys, if it makes you feel good, we're halfway through this already. See, aren't you glad I decided to do this? Everyone else is doing this in like parts. There's no reason to. Most of this is just a repeat of the last page. Like, and who cares about the financial records? I don't. Oh, what's this? Minute entry. Court President Counsel. All right, be it known that the following proceedings were had to wit. Court explained to the defendant that a conflict of interest can arise if counsel currently. Oh, this has to do with Xana's mom. Court noted the presence of counsel and the defendant. It stated the defendant is still in custody. Court noted that all parties were appearing via Zoom. Court stated this is time set for status conference. Court stated that this is a sealed recording of the proceeding and the minutes will be sealed in the court file. Court stated that the purpose of this hearing is to ensure defendant is fully advised of his right to counsel and any potential conflict Ms. Taylor may have. Court further stated that the court recently met with Ms. Jennings and Ms. Taylor, and it was determined that it would be prudent to have this hearing. Court stated Ms. Taylor is the appointed public defender for Cottonee County, and that Ms. Taylor's name is on nearly all letterhead in the Cottonee County Public Defender's Office. Court explained to the defendant that a conflict of interest can arise if counsel currently or previously represents an individual, or if there is some other conflict such that they would need to withdraw. Court stated this court generally leaves the issue of conflict and the decision, if it is necessary, to withdraw to each attorney on a case-by-case basis and to allow counsel time to discuss this decision with the individual they are representing. Court stated that based upon discussion with counsel this morning, it is in the court's understanding defendant is in agreement with Ms. Taylor continuing to represent him, and further stated that it is the court's understanding that Ms. Taylor does not believe there is a conflict. The defendant stated this is correct. Ms. Taylor stated that her name appears on every document in the public defender's office, but below her name is the individual who actually represents the named individual in the office. Ms. Taylor said the specific issue with the media has brought attention are 2 cases involving Xana Kernnoodle's mom, Ms. Kernnoodle, and Ms. Taylor stated that there was an open felony case that she was not assigned to, and the case has since been conflicted out. Ms. Taylor further stated that there was a 2017 misdemeanor case which was sentenced and her office was waiting to withdraw from. Ms. Taylor stated the public defender who represented Kernnoodle in that matter was so-and-so who left the PD's office in September or October. Ms. Taylor stated that her practice is to transfer all cases that are pending withdrawal or have a bench warrant issued to her. Ms. Taylor stated that the 2017 case was assigned to her on October 20th, and from October 20th until the date she withdrew, Ms. Taylor stated that she had no contact or relationship with Ms. Kernnoodle and has not met her or provided any legal advice. Ms. Taylor stated that most of what the media is reporting on regarding the Kernnoodle cases is untrue. Wow. Did you guys catch that? It's Taylor is saying that Kurt Noodle's mom is lying out her ass. That's what she's saying. That she's a complete liar. That she never met her. She never provided any legal advice. She was not her attorney. Wow. That's crazy. So yeah, she had no connection. So she was saying that not only is Kurt Noodle lying, but the media is lying, and none of that, what they're stating, is true. That's crazy. Hold on, I'm going to get a drink. That's insane. That's crazy. Yeah, Kurt Noodle's mom. According to this, Ann Taylor, her mom was lying 100. She spoke to Ann Taylor before BK was even back in Idaho. Ann Taylor is saying no. Ann Taylor said she has never spoken to her. She's never provided her legal advice. She wasn't assigned to the case, that she just overlooks the cases, which does make sense with her job. Miss Taylor stated that she's spoken with Bill Thompson and Ashley Jennings and explained, no, who's lying? Just a girl. That Ann Taylor's lying? But what she's saying, what Ann Taylor is saying is that her name is on every single document because she's like the head guru or whatever. So that does make sense. Ashley Jennings explained the above situation. Ms. Taylor stated that she has spoken with so-and-so at the ISB Bar Counsel's office who conferred with so-and-so, and all three do not believe that there is a conflict, which I said there wasn't a conflict from the beginning. So long as the defendant is comfortable with her remaining on as counsel. Ms. Taylor stated there is no other person that she is connected to in this case, and stated that Ms. Kohlberger is the only individual in this case to whom she owes a duty of advocacy and loyalty. Wow. Southern gal, I've been saying it all along. I was like probably the only one at one point to say that, you know, there's no conflict of interest. And all these people were coming at me. Oh, yes, there is. Blah, blah, blah. And all these fucking channels, including Jennifer Koffendorfer, who was saying there was a thing. And I was like, no, there's not. There's no conflict at all. But who listens to me? People listen to drunk turkeys. What can I say? Court questioned the defendant. Defendant stated that given the information he has heard and the conversations he has with Ms. Taylor, he feels comfortable proceeding with her as counsel. Court advised the defendant of his right to have an attorney, and if he believes there is conflict, the court can find the appointed different counsel. Defendant stated that he understood. Court questioned the defendant. Defendant stated that it is his wish to proceed with her as counsel. Court stated there was a lot of speculation around this case and has spoken with the attorneys regarding the facts. Court appreciates this issue being brought to the court's attention and stated this information appropriately covers any concerns. Now, if there's one thing that you guys may have missed that was said in the very beginning, is that in the state of Idaho, they leave it up to the attorney and the defendant. They don't leave it. There's no like said law like in other states where it's an automatic, you know, the judge decides. Not here. They leave it strictly up to, there's no actual law. They leave it strictly up to the defendant and the counsel. All right, here's another. Well, we got one page out of 360 that was actually interesting. Now we're back to seal and redact. This is all seal and redact documents. DoorDash. We know a lot of YouTube creators that use DoorDash a lot. I've never used DoorDash. I think it's the biggest waste of fucking money. All right, so this is relation to DoorDash. Thanks, Lex. But people go over to Drunk Turkeys and all these other channels that are nothing but drama, like real drama, bullshit. All right, so time of sales, time of deliveries, purchases, and or transactions, name and identification of the driver. All right, we know all that. This is just an order for DoorDash. Order to seal and redact. Order sealing search. From Extreme Networks. I don't know who that is. Extreme Networks. All right, receive an email. The data to, all right, so this one's about unlocking a laptop. See, okay. Now, this says a $22. Is it really? And pay $22 for a burger. Yeah, it's ridiculous. I would never. Moofies, I would never pay for it. It's an absolute waste of money. The data from the laptop was placed into evidence at Moscow Police Department. Okay. If anybody, Stone, I know you also have these documents. If you could go back to the ones with the knife, or anybody who has these documents, go back to where they talk about the knife, because wouldn't it say that the knife was placed in evidence? I don't think it does. Where this says the data from the laptop was placed into evidence. That means they physically have it. I don't think it said that about the knife. And if they did, it would be in there. Search warrant for laptop data. And that'll be the answer if they actually have it in property or not. Search warrant. All right. So this is Kaylee's laptop. Order for extension for Kaylee's laptop. Order to seal and redact. Google LLC, Google payment. This just talks about documents. A motion to seal. What are they sealing though? Same jibber jabber. The information received. All right, so the information was placed in evidence. Just looking. All right, so they received it. Oh, there's not even property listed. There's no information on why they needed Google. All right, so the actual order. It doesn't say anything. Another Google search warrant. All right, Kaylee. So Kaylee's email is what they're looking for here. Telephone numbers, records of sessions, telephone instrument numbers, change history. All right. So she had a Google phone, I guess. 1220. All right. So this is for probably another one. It just said info sent to evidence. Yeah, but it didn't say it was actual evidence. Okay, I don't see anything like that. I even did a keyword search. Yeah, they didn't find the knife. They absolutely didn't find the knife. Because they would have said the knife is in evidence, just like they did with the data. Not that the information is in evidence. So yeah, they did not find the knife. Now I'm betting $100 that they did not find it. More Google. Put Moscow. More Google. I Google for data related to the Google account. Doesn't say for who. It could be Android. Oh, my birthday, January 4th. More Google. All right, I see Brian name. Okay. So this one was for Brian. For Brian C. Kohlberger with any of the following identifiers. Email address associated with. Following international mobile equipment identifier. Oh, IMEI. For business records from January 1st, 21 to December 30th, 22, including search warrant. All right, so they want all these documents on Brian. Google account subscriber, Google account activity, emails, Google Pay, calendar, contacts, photos, drive, Hangouts and chats, location history, my activity, Google Voice, YouTube, Android, Google Play. Do yourself a favor and don't get murdered or don't become a murderer, because look at all the information they can get from your computer. That's kind of scary. Every single thing that you've ever done, they can get. No, property's not a different. It's all under here. Each like thing has like 10 pages to it. No, I did not know that, Tony. Another cellular. Another cellular. Case number 22MO9903. By the way, if you don't know how to read case numbers, 22 is the year that it happened. M is where it happened. I can't think of the name all of a sudden. And then 9903, there were 9,903 cases in the city, in this town. That's what a case number is. Every single one of them are virtually the same. And that's 9,903 for this year. Moscow, thank you. I couldn't think of the name. And that includes traffic tickets. That includes everything. Property found taken and location within or upon said person. All right, data records associated with inland data dump. All right, that's just records. Welcome, True Crime Junkie. Check the Lowry. GPR. I wonder why it shows me new members on here, but it doesn't show me new members for, like, if someone donates. That's weird. For each search above, subscribe, blah, blah, blah. It's a little boring. All right, K-Bar Knives. Seal and redact. Hearing by Zoom. Documents contain highlighted. All right, this is all search warrant. Just give me the order. Sealing search warrant. Motion to seal search warrant and related documents. Blah, blah, blah. Here's the order. Return of search warrant. It was returned. All right, this should be the order. Receipt of inventory warrant. K-Bar 1217, K-Bar 1217S, 1218, and 9128. Distribution information. Yeah, distribute. These were not Brian's. We would have known if Brian had all these knives and was a knife dealer. All right, here's the order. Court having issuance said warrant as blah, 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 blah. Hereby order the police officer shall deliver a once give me the reason. Yeah. Doesn't give a reason. Amended search. All right. To believe that the property referred to or sought in or upon said premise consists of records and documents related to the crime of homicide and the possession or control of K-Bar knives related to the sale of the following January 1st. Distribution. All right. The records and documents mean any and all tangible forms of expression in your possession, custody, or control in any language or format. All right. So here they just want to know what everything is. I mean, they just want all the information, all open and closed accounts of anyone that ever bought any of those knives, deposits and deporting, checks and other withdrawals, wire transfers in and out. Yeah, they're not looking for much. That was a joke, by the way. I was being sarcastic. Text data related to transactions. Okay. Any pictures transferred? Is order not to disclose the existence of contents. K-Bar shall disclose described. Now we're back to eBay. Poor K-Bar knives. Geesh. So then they sent another one to eBay that they want the same thing. Yeah, so it had to be eBay that bought all of them, because they just sent the exact same thing to eBay. So that tells me that it was not Amazon, it was eBay that bought all these. Someone from eBay bought all of them, because this is the exact same thing they're asking from K-Bar. Okay. So I want all the account records from eBay. Please tell me I never get murdered. Man, they really go through your whole life. Why do I need mods? Electronically stored records may be transmitted in a encrypted container. All right. Match group. Order sealing records. Tinder. Now they want Tinder records. You see, all right, so Tinder returned the affidavit. Tinder. So far, out of 500 pages, there's been 2 pages that were any good. You really don't have to do all this to red rum somebody. Well, it's true. But still, I mean, I wouldn't want to be murdered and go through my whole life like this. All right, so this is more to Tinder. All right, so this is Kaylee's account. But there's no proof that Brian was on Tinder, right? They just know Kaylee was on Tinder. February 10th, sealed documents. Same order. All of these are the exact same document to different people. Return of search warrant. Return of inventory. It says 1224. I don't know what that means. Order. Shall deliver. Nothing. All right. All right. So they want Brian's account. Oh, Maddie was also on Tinder. All right. So they want Maddie's Tinder information. All right. No, I haven't gotten any from Brian yet. So far, we're only on 2 girls. Same order. What I think they're trying to connect Brian. Maybe. But so far, it's only for 2 girls. All right, everything else has been redacted. Here's the order. Same wording. Jabba jabba. All subscriber information from March 1st, 21 through March 31st, 21. That's interesting. I wonder why. I wonder why they only want data from March 1st to March 3rd for the month of March of 2021. But it doesn't say who that's for. That's interesting. But that is interesting. They only want it for the month of March. Maybe that was Zaina and Ethan? Because then they started dating, so one got off Tinder, maybe? Here's another for Tinder. Another January 4th. Now, a lot of these were also put out right after Brian was arrested. I mean, most of these are signed on January 4th. Brian was arrested on New Year's Eve. So this was all like immediately after. All right, you guys hear that rain? Change a search warrant. Warrant was served on 26th. Doesn't say for who. There's another phone. Oh, yeah, they want the phone info from Tinder. Another Tinder. Whoa. All right, this is Madison Kaylee. What's this? The property information related to the investigation. On the Tinder account of bryankohberger with the following identifiers. Email generated on or between June 1st to present. Oh. So did Brian meet them on Tinder? Yeah, you hear that rain, though? It's bad. Subscriber information involving accounts registered. All right, so this one is Brian's. They want all the info. So I guess Brian maybe gone on Tinder on the 1st of June. Which isn't abnormal, though, if you use Tinder. Court reviewed the records, considered the arguments presented, weighed the interest in privacy and public disclosure, and announced findings. Therefore, pursuant to the court finds it necessary to seal in part. All right, so that's sealed. Meta platforms. I don't know what this is. More sealing. Constant invasion of privacy. Turn of search warrant. All right. On 11/21/22, I obtained a search warrant for Facebook. The warrant was served on 11/21. On 11/30, I received an email from Facebook and Instagram containing the requested info. This was for, doesn't say. So Meta Platforms is Facebook. All right. So I don't know who this is because it's got to be Brian. Because for all of the other four, they always list their names. For the victims, they always list the victims' names. Oh, is that what it is? Yeah, it's storming pretty bad. So I haven't seen them list Brian's name at all. So I'm going to say that it must be Brian. So that was way before he was even arrested. Unless there's somebody else, but I'm pretty sure it's Brian. Nope, I'm wrong. It was Xana. Give me proof on this day to show probable cause establishing grounds for issuing a search warrant, and there was probable cause to believe that the property referred to and sought in or upon said premise consists of information related to the crime of homicide on the Facebook account of Xana Kernoodle. All right, so this is Xana. They want Xana's information. These are contacts. Maybe they just redacted in the wrong place. They didn't totally redact it. I don't know. Platforms. Sealing. Order search sealing. Motion to seal. All right, the order. I actually think maybe they forgot to redact it from the top part. That's the only thing I could think of. Once in a related criminal case been included, blah, blah, blah. So far, the most exciting part of 530 pages was them talking about Kernoodle and Taylor. So far, it's the most exciting part of this. All right. So I'm going to guess that Facebook is all four of the victims. It's the only thing that makes sense to me. This is all the same Jabba. This is probably Brian's. Maybe. Search warrant. Sealed. Motion to seal. Same thing. They return a search warrant. Yeah, this has to be for Brian. See, the information received was placed into evidence. After this is over, I'll go back for the knife one just to double check. Yeah, this says nothing. Order. Return a warrant for a peace officer, Moscow PD. Order. All right, this is Ethan's Facebook and Instagram. Okay. Order sealing. It's the exact same document over and over. Turn affidavit. All right. Yep, I was right. It's Brian's. Phone located on USB external. Its warrant was served on 1/9. Inventory was prepared for the items received. Copy of the warrant and inventory sheet were left. The information received was placed into evidence. Further, your affiant saith not. Okay. All right, Moscow Forensic Lab. Key Computer Forensic Lab. Bryankohberger's phone data. Now we're getting somewhere. That was on January 9th. Nothing listed. Copy thereof was left in a conspicuous place in the place searched. There being no person present during said search with drive. Okay. Issue a search warrant and the said search warrant have been served by law. All right. Moscow PD Forensics. Seagate 2 terabyte external USB drive with serial number for evidence regarding the investigation of crimes. Data compilations relating to containing information without, all right, so without limitation, ledgers, papers, lists, books, notes, letters, calendars, diaries, tapes, photographs, audio, video, and other media with similar documents or items, computer or communications. Records of communications, written text communications, including emails, SMS, MMS, third-party apps like Kik, WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram, contact store, location information. Moscow PD is located at 155. You're there, blah, blah, blah. PayPal, Venmo. Search warrant is sealed. Order sealing it. More sealing. Nothing. PayPal, Venmo. Email me. I received an email. Got the information. PayPal, Venmo info for the 4 of them. So this is going to be another 50 pages. Search warrant, PayPal, Venmo for all 4 of them. All the information related to it. Open and closed accounts. More PayPal, Venmo. Reddit. Okay. Why Reddit should be sealed. Turn of search warrant. They complied. Warrant was served on December 1st by email. Remember, this is all before he was even arrested. All right, so they want Kaylee Reddit. 4818, that must be the last numbers of her phone number. Another Reddit, same paperwork. From January 1st to present, a Reddit user subscriber, email, phone number, Reddit display name, Reddit account creation and IP, address, date of birth, gender, billing information. All right, so I want all the information. They returned the search warrant. I guess they didn't. They want an extension. It was hand delivered when they served it. Wish for extension. They need an extension because they didn't give it back to them on time. Snapchat, same thing, same documents. Snapchat. Doesn't say for who. Yeah, it doesn't say for who. Doesn't say for who to anywhere. But this was all before Brian was arrested. All right. So they want Snap accounts of all. Oh, no, I'm wrong. They're just saying why they want it. But then again, in all reality, this could just be that they were going through all the records of people to see who they, if if they didn't know it was Brian at the time, they're just going through to see if they were connected to anything. So that makes perfect sense. But it's interesting, though. I think if I had a guess, I think they found out who Brian was or realized who it was around the 19th of November. And the reason I say that is all of these documents are from the 21st or later. Nothing is before the 21st. So they must have found out who Brian was around the 19th. And then they started going to the court and filing, and they got everything signed on the 21st. More Snapchat. T-Mobile. More documents. Order sealing. Say who? It's about sealing. December 1st. Forensic detective. Yeah, 11/20. Yeah, everything is from the 21st or later. And some of these are on Brian. Which tells me they realized it was Brian around the 19th. T-Mobile, sealing. Like there's a specific pattern. Every single one of these pages follows the exact same pattern. Maybe I went too fast. All right. Affidavit is in possession of the service provider and believe that the data may contain a homicide between November 13th, between 3 and 5 a.m. Search all records of unique device, EMIs, timing, advance, real tool, location database, by covered CPS coordinates. All right. So they want to know everything about everything from T-Mobile. Complied. Search warrant for the cell tower. That's cell tower information. On November 13th. Issued a seal and redacted. Order sealing search warrant. Because the identity of your confidential source, same thing. All right, so they returned it 2 weeks later. Information received is placed into evidence. Data records associated with no name tells me it's Brian. Oh, you know what? As a matter of fact, oh, wait, no. I was going to say maybe at the time they didn't know it was Brian, but they had to have because they were looking at cell phone records. But maybe that's why it's blank. Maybe they just didn't know it was Brian. All right, so here's one from the 18th. So I take it back. They learned on the 18th who it was. That's my guess. 17th? They knew pretty quickly, I'll tell you that much. And they may have known it from the cell phone records. Give me proof. See their wireless number, subscriber name unknown. Yeah. This is how they found Brian, I'm guessing. That's my guess. Cell phone sites. Yeah, I think this is how they found him. And this was on the 16th of November. Interesting. Here's another bank. Some 12.5. Same thing. Same thing. Inventory is paired with items. Information received. Description of property. Security video. All right. That was on December 4th. So that's when they were probably looking to place Brian. Located upon described premise. Yeah, they knew who Brian was immediately. How they found him, I don't know. But it had to be through those cell phone records. It's the only thing I could come up with. UPS, December 14th. Which one? Delivery truck video. All right. I don't think that's anything, to be honest. UPS. Any and all videos recorded and stored on any delivery trucks that were in Moscow. Okay, between 6th and the 14th. I didn't know UPS had cameras on it. Did you guys? I never knew that. So UPS trucks have cameras. Did not know that. Second bit of interesting information in 700 pages. Verizon records. Yeah, I had no idea either. I'm going to ask my UPS driver. I see him every damn day. Just requested information. GPS coordinates. This was on the 17th of November. Another Verizon. All right. So they will just want the GPS coordinates of any IMEI number and everything else. Maybe they couldn't find it on one, so they went to the other, or they just hit every single phone company in the area, which is very possible. Another Verizon, motion to seal, same stuff. They returned it. Receive inventory warrant. They want GPS. Send it in by fax. Data records associated with. Okay. Saying why they want it. 11/19. More Verizon. All right. So they want historical records and real-time records for all subscriber information, including any listed addresses, other listed phone numbers, IMEIs, data purchase, email address associated with the account, call detail records, sell side info, sell side locations, all text, cloud data for Verizon. Oh no, I was gonna say it is Kohberger, but it doesn't say. Walmart, probably for video. This is for sealing. Motion to seal. Motion to seal. Warrant. Here's the K-bar knife again. Property found and taken and the location within. This is where it's confusing. So is it Walmart that had bought all the knives? Or did they just go after every single knife? For the crime of homicide and the possession of control of Walmart related to the sales of the following items for the period of January 1st. So they want to know every single sold between January 1st and the end. And every single one that was sold, they want all this information for them. Okay. Just telling everything they want. Another Walmart. Hand delivered. By the way, hand delivered means they were served in person. All right, so Walmart didn't get back to them. Yahoo. Sent to Idaho. Another seal. Information was placed records. December 2nd, I received an email from Yahoo which contained the requested info. Property found and taken and the location within or upon said place. It's blanked out. Said warrant. Yahoo search warrant. Contents of emails from August 1st, November 19th. So that must be Brian. Got emails. What's yik yak? You guys ever hear of yik yak? I never heard of yik yak. February 10th, on the court's motion to seal and redact. Another seal on redacting. That's why it's redacted. I obtained a search warrant for Yik Yak. Warrant was served on January 26th via Yik Yak law enforcement portal. Received the information. I don't know what this means. Further your affiant saith not. I do not know what that means. I'm going to look it up. Whoop. Hold on. I'm going to find out right now. I've never seen that before. Recipient stated not mean. All right. Is a traditional phrase dating back to centuries-old English tradition. The words simply are added to the end of affidavits and other legal documents to signify that the person has nothing else to say about the issue being discussed. So that is what it means, that there's nothing further to say on the issue. Done. See, you guys learn something new every day. Now, I never saw, I didn't know what that meant. So now we all know. Oh, it's popular on college campus? All right. I wonder why they write that on some and not on others. Because that's not on all of them. It's only on some of them. All right. This is in relation to a phone. Sealing further ordered. Yik yak. All right, Brian. Yik yak. Oh, it's Brian's Yik yak account. Following identify email address. Generated on or between June 1st. Search redacted. This was signed on. Oh, this wasn't until January. All right. So they wanted Yik yak. So this was definitely Brian's account. Then they go back to Verizon to seal records on March 7th. So Brian must have had Verizon, because they went back to Verizon and got another seal. Oh, here's one on December 2nd. I wonder why they needed it twice. Motion to seal search warrant related items. So they actually went to Verizon twice. They had them seal on December 1st and then again in March. I wonder why. Washington State University. We know this is about Brian. January 25th. Okay, this is about sealing the items they took from his office. Know that. I came for the court. Google services ordered on 12/2. Motion to seal and search. I wonder why they repeated these. Respectfully done on December 1st. Oh, you know what? I bet some of this was before and after. Like before they knew it was him and then after they knew it was him. Google services again. Also on December 1st. Yeah, this had to be before and after. Google services. Sealing. That's it. We just went through all 765 pages. Thank you, Laura. You're awesome. Yeah, anybody that's telling you there's anything in here, there's absolutely nothing in here. Nothing. Nothing at all. It is the same document repeated 36 times. Well, 600 times. I knew it wouldn't move. Some Capone asked me. I said, has anyone looked at the documents? And he's like, oh, we'll see in a month. I said, no, it'll take me a few hours. That's it. Because I knew a lot of it was going to be I didn't think it would be this repetitive. I thought there would actually be substance in here. I didn't think it would be this lame. But I see all these creators taking days to go through it. There's no point. There's nothing in here. It's the same paperwork over and over and over and over. The most exciting thing was Taylor. But I want to find that knife page. I don't remember exactly where it was. Yeah, I can't go with it that fast. Yeah. So do you guys have any questions about it? I mean, I know I went through it pretty quickly, but does anyone have any questions about it? Because honestly, there really wasn't anything to it. Exactly. Totally agree, Vibes. There's nothing to it. It's literally the same document over and over and over. Are we going to follow this court? What? Brian, I've covered this case from the beginning, Tony. Absolutely, I'm going to cover it. Someone's got to be the reality of instead of all these fake ass channels. Someone's got to keep us grounded. I can't find it, that document. My eyes are burnt. Now, what did you say though before, that there was a couple killed? Go back, Laura. There are a few questions. Can you ask me again? Yeah, Tony, I've covered this case from day one. What was I going to say? What was I looking at? Oh. Whoever said something about the couple that was killed, what platform? Because I see one about TikTokers from a couple months ago, from last year. Popcast? Popcast. A podcast. Podcast on a husband killed in Virginia Friday morning. Podcast and her husband murdered in Washington. Washington State podcast host and husband shot. By reported stalker. See?
The house at the center of this crime scene is where police say Malad Nasseri and Zohreh Sadiki, a husband and wife, were shot and killed by a stalker, a 38-year-old man named Ramin Kadakaram Razahi, who then turned the weapon on himself.
This is every victim, every detective, every police chief's worst nightmare.
Chief Daryl Lowe says just before 2 a.m., officers rushed to this Redmond neighborhood after receiving reports of shots fired. The couple at this home had called police before, back in December and again in mid-January, to report that the wife was being stalked.
In one of the reports, she reported over 100 contacts in a single day.
The couple had filed paperwork for a temporary protection order against Ramin because he had reportedly listened to Zoray's podcast, then began communicating with her. But police say it escalated, with him repeatedly calling her, her husband, even her friends, after she asked him not to. Within these pages, it states that he would leave voice messages in the middle of the night. In one call, he was reportedly crying, begging her to pick up, and threatening.
They include him crying and begging for me to pick up, him threatening to burn himself in the tree in front of my house, also telling me to either delete my Instagram account or make it public so that he could see the content I post. He has bursts of anger, is completely delusional. These delusions make me fear for my life and the lives of my loved ones. He has contacted my husband and continues to do so, sending him more than 20 messages every day. He's been calling my husband constantly. He has also called my friends and has acquired their addresses and phone numbers without their knowledge or permission. It should also be noted that I have at no point shared my something or my husband's contact information, address, or any personally identifiable information. He has come to my neighborhood several times, staying in inns around my neighborhood, and has parked down my street in hopes of seeing me. He has a history of domestic violence involving his ex-wife. That's scary. That's like really scary.
To burn himself and the tree in front of her house. She also stated that he said many times that nothing short of his own death would make him leave her alone.
I had been briefed on the case earlier this week by our investigators.
Chief Lowe says those investigators were working to serve a protection order, but tracking down the suspect who lived out of state proved to be difficult.
In this case, the victim did everything that they possibly could. Unfortunately, this person broke into their home and killed her, and it is a tragic event.
Well, maybe now the cops will take people more seriously. She was doing it, and they were friends for a little at first. That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. The cops need to do something. That's nuts. Podcast host found dead. Forbes. Oh, maybe the cops should have taken her a little more seriously now. Oh, he was from Texas. Yeah, it kind of seems that way. That's crazy. Police say a long-haul truck driver from Texas who became obsessed with a software engineer after meeting her through a social media chat room app broke into her suburban Seattle home and killed her and her husband and himself after stalking them for months. Shot to death in their Seattle home. I'm not even going to try to pronounce their names. This is the absolute worst outcome for a stalking case. Sadegi's mother called police around 1:45 a.m. Friday after escaping the home and running to there was somebody else in the house. The mom lived there. Police said Friday suspect began communicating after listening to the podcast. Two became acquainted because he heard her in an audio chat room in the app Clubhouse, where he said she facilitated discussion for Farsi speakers seeking work in the tech industry. Wow.
1 out of 5 Americans deals with a mental illness at any given time. And this is something that we all need to be aware of, just as we're aware of the warning signs of a heart attack. Mental health, I think you can think of like physical health only from the neck up. So this refers
13-year-old boy died by suicide after getting bullied at middle school. Unbelievable. That's sad. He's made fun of all the time. They put him down, told him he was a loser, told him he was fat and he should kill himself. Kids told him he sucked at baseball, every haircut he had. That's terrible. She met with school employees twice about what son endured, alleging that in the most recent meeting, roughly 6 months ago, teachers told him there's nothing we can really do because they're kids and we're teachers and we can't control everything. I would sue that school. Wow. Some of the parents joins in. Teachers told him she was overreacting. Oh, you know about this, just to go? This is sad. I can't even read it. I get tears. I really have tears. Terry's death came hours after playing baseball where he threw a pitch 170 miles an hour. That is so sad. I saw one of the posts and interviews with his family. He really was a cute kid. That's terrible. Every school says that every allegation of bullying is taken seriously. Meanwhile, none of them do jack shit. Here's another one. February 12th.
More fallout this morning from that young teen girl in New Jersey dying by suicide after a video was posted online by fellow students beating her. ABC's Mona Kosar-Abdi is here with that story. And Mona, the school district superintendent has now resigned.
That's right, Janae. 14-year-old Adriana Cush's father says that the school fell short in protecting his daughter from the bullying that he says took place both in person and then continued online. Now, more students are coming forward saying that this incident is only part of a pattern of abuse at the school. This morning, a bombshell resignation after 14-year-old Adriana Cush took her own life 2 days after this video of her being beaten went viral. The superintendent of that New Jersey school district now resigning after a series of interviews he gave caught the school board's attention, releasing a statement saying they have, quote, accepted Trentafilos Parlapanides' resignation and are evaluating all current and past cases of bullying. The video, now part of an official investigation, begins as one teen alerts the others that they are recording.
All they were doing is just giggling while they walked down the hall because they knew what they were going to do.
Then Adriana is hit in the face with a water bottle while her classmates laugh. She is kicked and punched repeatedly, her hair pulled as she's trying to get away. 2 students involved have been charged with conspiracy to commit aggravated assault, a 3rd student charged with aggravated assault, and a 4th student charged with harassment. Her father, Michael, is outraged and says the school should have done more.
They brushed it under the rug. And what shocked me is after all that happened and after I sent all that stuff to the school, the principal tells me it's not their policy to expel students.
But this is not the first bullying incident at Central Regional High School.
ABC News given this video by the family of a former student. Olivia, shown here, being beaten by classmates just a year ago. Her family now suing the school for negligence.
She was hit in the head, neck, and back about 30 times from behind. It was videoed and sent across social media.
As tributes pour in for Adriana, a balloon release last night in her hometown to honor her life.
This video is very difficult to watch. Now, Adriana's death has sparked student-led protests at the school. And in an earlier statement, the school said that they are committed to making sure that students are safe and learning while in class. Now, if you or someone you know is struggling with thoughts of suicide, you can always call or text the National Lifeline at 988. Janae?
Mona, thank you for the update on that really tough story. That 988 suicide National Lifeline, really important resource there.
Wow.
Back here at home, the father of a bullied teen.
Wow. That's crazy. That's just crazy. But what's even sadder is these kids aren't telling their parents. These kids need to tell their parents what's going on so they can kick the shit out of these kids. You know what I mean? That's horrible. Ten of them all older than me except in my one grade. Ah, moofies. That's just horrible. Holy cow. Oh. Oh, wow. Remember Amanda Todd? She committed suicide. She had that video. Her cyber stalker finally went to court on June 6th of 2022. He was convicted on all counts of extortion, criminal harassment, communication with a young person, committing a sexual offense, possession of child pornography, 2 counts. I didn't even know he went to court. Yeah, he went to court June 6th to August 5th of 2022. I had no idea. I forgot about him, actually, to be honest. I was looking up a statistic, how many kids have killed themselves due to bullying. But I can't really find a set number. That's wild, though. I had no idea. Yeah, he was a Dutchman. I just didn't know he ever went to court. 3,600 children or under the age of 13 died by suicide in the last 20 years. That's a lot of kids. At least 3,600 under the age of 13. That's 3,600 kids that did not have to die. "6 years old. Was found hanging by a jump rope tied to a support post of a bunk bed. 6 years old. Authorities said her death was either a suicide or a tragic accident. Family reached a $1.5 million settlement. Hanging himself by being subjected to constant bullying, 9 years old. So the 9-year-old was told, kill yourself. This is crazy. He came out as gay and 9 years old. He committed suicide. These kids are too young. Another bullying. This is crazy. This was all before COVID. These were all 2017. This kid's 9 years old. A lot of hanging. He was bullied about his weight. Yeah, these are all before COVID. Wow. Crazy. They are just babies. I agree. "7 years old. Crazy. I can't imagine a 6 or a 7-year-old being that depressed. Hey, Stacy. I can't imagine it. I mean, how can you be that depressed at 7? 10? 9? Unbelievable. That's crazy. All right, but it's 3:15 in the morning and my old ass must get to bed. So now you guys can all say you got through all 769 documents. A 5-year-old thinks everything's funny. I can't imagine. Swendega, I feel the same way. I can't imagine it. And Phoenix was bullied in 2nd grade. That's why I pulled him from the school. And I put him in a school for autistic kids. And it was the best thing I ever did. Best decision I ever made. Oh, you just got here, Dragonfly? We went through all 769 documents. And not much to it. The most exciting thing was Xana's mother. Other than that, it was the same repetitive stuff over and over and over. So, all right. I will see you guys tomorrow. And I choose my own stick when I was younger. I've never hit my child. You had to choose your own stick? I never hit my kids. Never believed in hitting. Always thought it was dumb. Like, what's hitting going to teach them? It's only going to hurt them and make them cry more. It makes no sense at all. I never understood hitting a kid, especially people that hit their kid to shut them up. If you hit me, I'm going to cry more. And I'm going to get more pissed. It never made sense to me. So, all right. I will see you guys tomorrow. Oh, it's 8:15 a.m. Well, I've been on for 3.5 hours, so at least you have something to watch for the next 3.5 hours. If you have Hulu, check out whatchamacallit. Check out Nashville. Great show. All right, I gotta get to bed. I will see you guys later. Thank you much. Have a wonderful night, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace. Whoop.